on your dial. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area High School Baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Marion Everhart, Chris Grody in with you. Marion Everhart, Chris Grody in with you on this, we got Monday afternoon. It's senior night here at Louisiana High School. We're also going to be checking in with Maddie Ingram as she's over with the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves for the WIVC tournament going on over in Jacksonville, so we'll check on her. Let's talk about this matchup here in just a few moments. Louisiana coming in 6-13 on the season on a 4-game winning streak, while Mark Twain is 2-16. Their wins come from Van Far and Marion County. We'll break both of them down coming up next on the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, Chris, as I mentioned, Louisiana Bulldogs come in on a 4-game winning streak. It all started with that matchup between Van Far and Louisiana here, and something that we've never had before, and we tease about it, the skunk delay. Yeah. And it seemed to be lucky for the Bulldogs because they've been on a streak ever since. And it doesn't matter what sport it is, Chris. Every time you start a winning streak, it just continues to build momentum.
Yeah, I think with any sport, a winning streak builds confidence, right? And then the more confident you play, the more confident you feel, the better you are.
Absolutely, and what better way to wrap up your season as we're in the final week of regular season in Missouri, as the districts actually start for Louisiana, Silex, Clopton, Van Far on Thursday. Mark Twain starts theirs on Monday as Mark Twain is playing in South Shelby. They're a number 6 seed. They're going to take on Highland, and that game, was Monday evening. I think 6 o'clock, I think. I'd have to go back and look. We have that for you. We'll have it for you on the KJFM radio scoreboard coming up here shortly. We've got postseason in Illinois for baseball and softball right around the corner as well, so stay tuned for that. We've got your keys to the game for you coming up. We'll be checking with Maddie Ingram here in just a little bit, as well as you're listening to high school baseball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
Well, Chris, we've talked about it for, all season. We're down and getting ready to wrap up the regular season, head into the postseason, and the keys to the game still remain the same, especially here for Louisiana. Kenny McCormick's going to be on the mound. He did a great job last time throwing strikes. You got to throw the strikes, and what we really like about Kenny, and that night Reese Colwell as well. No, actually that was Jack and Reese. But Kenny pitched the next game we were at, I think it was Marion County, is both of them get into a rhythm, and they don't spend a lot of time on the hill. Once they have the ball in their hand, they're ready to go. You get in that rhythm, you throw those strikes, and you let your defense, take care of the rest.
Well, you talked earlier about the win streak and building confidence. And the game that I was at, I think it was last week, we watched Louisiana won. And
against Van Far.
It was Van Far. And there you could watch their pitching game really, really get on a hot streak. And you see a little bit of the characters come out in some of these young players. And as a coach, it would drive me crazy. But as a fan, I kind of enjoy it. And you can see that through building confidence. The pitcher at the end of the game last week had that little sword twirl, Tiger Woods type thing going. And it was neat to watch. So, he's certainly getting confident and happy with his pitching. And that builds into success.
So McCormick will be on the hill, as I mentioned today. McCormick, for those who don't know, it missed most of the season as he was out with an injury, and he's come back in. I think he's really added that boost, helped with the confidence level. He's a senior leader on the team. He was behind the plate
last week,
yeah, a couple different times, and he really helps. It just gives him another boost. As far as Mark Twain goes, Connor Eckler will be on the hill, and Chris, we've watched Connor play basketball. I think he was on the football field as well. I mean, he's an overall athlete, so that tells me he's probably got some skill there, and that's the same thing he's going to need to do today. You're going to have to pitch strikes. You're going to have to force Louisiana to hit the ball, and hopefully your defense will be able to take care of getting them out.
Yeah, one of the things I really enjoy about baseball is, baseball players are typically just overall good athletes when you watch them in anything, because this is a difficult sport to play, and those superior athletes you can really watch shine in baseball games. But baseball also requires some of that real solid fundamental work. It's not like there's not a lot of people who are seniors and go, I'm going to try baseball this year and are good. These good guys are the good guys and gals that played softball, baseball have played for years and really worked that fundamental stuff to a perfection almost.
So tonight, let's throw strikes. Let's put the bat on the ball. Whoever can get on the board early, I think that's going to build that confidence, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, and carry them to a victory in this EMO conference battle.
I think fielding will be a big thing tonight. Obviously watching the field looks really well. I don't know how you play any sport. There's no stripes on the field, so I mean, how do you know how many yards you go? So I don't.
Yeah, you just go yard. That's all there is to it. You just
go
yard.
Yeah, go yard. Yes,
go
that's
yard.
right.
And speaking of the field, it does look amazing. Hats off to Matt Cannon. I think Ryan Griffin. All of them spent the day out here after getting lots of rain over the weekend and last night, and the field looks fantastic and ready for a baseball game. They've got a meeting at home plate with the head coaches, so we'll be back with your starting lineups after this on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible, and will grow either tax-deferred or tax-free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at Eagle 102 and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we'll start with the Mark Twain Tigers, the visitors on the scoreboard this afternoon. Leading off for them and playing shortstop will be Aiden Dye. Behind the plate, wearing number 6, Caden Carmen. Over on second base, wearing number 7, Nolan Epperson. At third base, wearing number 32, Braden Moss. In left field, wearing number 19, Eli Snodgrass. Over on first base, wearing number 26, Clayton Turnbull. Out in right field, wearing number 22, Blake Moore. On the mound this afternoon, we mentioned a little bit earlier, wearing number 13, Connor Eckler. And out in center field, wearing number 15, Landon Armour. For the Louisiana Bulldogs. Oh, Candy Burnett was doing the introductions there,
Yeah.
and I didn't know if she was saying something else important as she was doing the introduction. So for Louisiana, leading off, he's led off all season long, wearing number 8 behind the plate today, Brady Shepard, followed by right fielder wearing number 9, Brady Fisher. Over on first base, number 17, Cameron Hunt. In the designated hitter spot this afternoon, wearing number 24, Siler Felderworth. He is batting in place of Cooper Lumley, who will be out in center field. On the hill, pitcher wearing number 11, Kenny McCormick. Over on second base, wearing number 2, Weston Dieters. Playing shortstop, wearing number 10, Jack Logan. Out in left field, wearing number 19, Gavin Crabtree. And in the hot corner, wearing number 12, Sheldon Sylvie. So for Louisiana, it'll be Shepard, Fisher, Hunt, Felderworth, McCormick, Dieters, Logan, Crabtree, and Sylvie. For the Tigers, Dye, Carmen, Epperson, Moss, Snodgrass, Turnbull, Moore, Eckler, and Armour. So first of all, I want to give a hats off, the tip, or at least to the these two teams, because these are the two teams that I've had all season long that have the easiest names for me to pronounce.
Yeah, that's probably.
I've been struggling with some of them off and on throughout the season. It's like, okay, there's always at least one. And that's kind of how it goes. As we mentioned, it's senior night here at Louisiana High School. They'll be honoring the seniors between the varsity and the JV matchup. So they're still doing the introductions now. They'll get ready and have the national anthem. While they're doing the national anthem, we're going to take a break and send it to Maddie, as she's going to give us an update with the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves as they're taking on Triopia this afternoon in the WIVC tournament over in Jacksonville. So we'll catch up with her in just a few moments. So again, Logan, where we're out in the introductions, playing shortstop. And Gavin Crabtree, who spent some time behind the plate as well, is back out in left field. And then, as we mentioned, Sheldon Sylvie. So that's going to take care of the starting lineups. We're going to have the national anthem here. While we have the national anthem, Maddie, how about an update?
In Jacksonville, we're at the Future Sports Complex, all turf fields, beautiful field. Well, I should say that turf infield, grass outfield when it comes to softball. Looks like the baseball field was all turf, though. But Pleasant Hill, they are off to a fantastic start. They scored 8 runs in the first inning, so it's 8-0 that they're leading Triopia. They were able to bat around. They had some big hits, took advantage of a few walks, and just really were able to to pour it on in that first inning. Able to bat around plus 8-0. They lead Triopia. Now, if Pleasant Hill does get the victory today, they are going to play a second game. That second game would be against Calhoun, and it would be pretty much right after this. It would be around 6:30 that game would be played. All games are being played on the same field when it comes to softball, so there's no moving. There's no need for anything else. So if Pleasant Hill is able to get the victory here, they'll secure that, and they will take on Calhoun. Now, if they win that second game tonight, there's a lot of what-ifs here, but we're throwing it out there. If they win that second game, tomorrow they'll be playing for the championship at 4:30 right back here at this same complex. But right now, it is the top of the second inning. There's 2 outs and a runner at first base for Triopia. 8-0 is our score. Pleasant Hill is leading them. So that was an Eagle 102 game break. We'll come back with baseball next.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender. The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Marion Everhart, Chris Grody with you here from Wallace Memorial Park this afternoon as we have the EMO Conference matchup between the Louisiana Bulldogs and the Mark Twain Tigers. Shepard throws down to second, and we're ready to go. Aiden Dye will lead things off.
There weren't very many warm-up pitches. I guess Mr. McCormick is ready to go.
He is. They don't take a lot of time.
Well, with the new Major League Baseball rules, you can't, right? That's a ball.
Is that what we're going to do?
I don't know.
There's a couple of them that
I'm
said,
okay with it.
There's a couple of them I said would have no problem with the time clock because they don't take nearly 15 seconds to get ready.
I just feel bad for Shep. He's got to be squatted down like this the whole time.
Let's
call him the Big Shep, though.
Oh, the Big Shep? He's probably the tallest one in his family.
Okay.
I haven't
seen Will in a long time, but maybe.
I have not picked on his mom or his dad all season, so I figured I had to get one shot in here before the season wraps up.
Sure.
So McCormick is set on the mound. Shepard gives a sign. McCormick heads into the windup and calls strike one.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easy for McCormick. That ball was chin high, and Dye here tried to check his swing but couldn't.
As McCormick delivers again.
There we go.
And quickly it's 0-2. So McCormick gets in his rhythm early. This could be a quick game. And there's strikeout number 1.
3 pitches, 3 strikes. A little bit of help, but good for McCormick to start off. Look, he's set and ready. He ain't even. He's not even waiting.
I know. But, when Jim Ross and I talked about this game, sometimes, especially between McCormick and Jack Logan, sometimes if you make them wait, you're going to get a better outcome. And they called the strike for that one as well.
Good pitch right down the middle. Probably a take call for that first pitch, but it looked nice.
4 straight strikes for McCormick. Fouls this one out of play. Again, 0-2. Back-to-back batters where McCormick's gotten ahead in the count.
Yeah, good pitch that not Fisher, but Carmen here got a pretty late swing on that one. The ball hit the plate and bounced foul.
As McCormick delivers. Hits this one right down the line, right out into right field to Brady Fisher, so Mark Twain will get the first base runner of the afternoon.
Yeah, good shot right in the hole here off in between first and second.
Got that 3-4 hole, and that brings up Nolan Epperson. Be anxious to see if Mark Twain wants to be aggressive on the bases. As Carmen, the catcher, takes a nice lead over at first. McCormick goes back. They throw it away. He's going to advance on the error.
It was a really good decision to pick. Just a miss on the first baseman, but the ball was on time. I thought he could have got him out, but
possibly
no catch.
We'll go around the horn here in a little bit as we get the opportunity. And right back to the pitcher, right. McCormick to first. Hunt thought about to third, but not enough time. So Carmen advances to third on the 1-3 put out.
Yeah, good reaction for McCormick here. Ball lined right back at him. No problem to get his glove on the ball, make a good throw to first, and the base runner going to first was out by like a mile.
Yeah. So around the horn, as we mentioned, Shepard's behind the plate. McCormick's on the hill. Sylvia over at third. Logan at short. Dieter's at second. Hunt on first. Out in the outfield. Fisher and right. Cooper Lumley at center. And Crabtree in left. Big swing for Moss.
Another real high pitch, too. Just real high and helping him out a little bit.
As McCormick delivers here, ball outside. That's the first ball I think McCormick's thrown.
That's a good idea, though, with the Mark Twain being as aggressive as they are. Why not give that a shot?
Sure.
See if they're going to go chase it.
And Moss isn't a small boy, so you want him to chase something.
Call that a little low for ball.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner on third for the Tigers as McCormick sets to deliver. He caught a strike there and evens it up. Go ahead.
It looked like it's just on that outside corner. Good pitch for McCormick to get the ball in there.
So McCormick comes set and gets him out.
Good pitch right down the middle. Good, looked like a changeup almost, Murley. Just ball comes in slow, and sometimes when you're super aggressive and want to hit the ball, those are the hardest ones to catch up to.
They are. So we're heading to the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless as you're listening to Emo Conference Baseball on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Marianne and Chris here with you this afternoon as we're getting ready to head to the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless here, 0-0. As Connor Eckler has a couple more warm-up pitches, as it was Cade Carmen was your base runner left on, the catcher. He's ready and set to head behind the plate now. He'll get a couple tosses and then he'll throw down to second. McCormick had 2 strikeouts in that one, no walks, 1 left on base and 1 hit.
Yeah, he did pretty well. I mean, of course, it looks like Mark Twain's being pretty aggressive, which tends to help an aggressive pitcher.
It does. And we're watching Eckler warm up, and he definitely has some velocity on his.
Yeah, his first pitch, I was like, holy cow.
All right, so Brady Shepard steps in for the Bulldogs. Where's number 8? His cardinal red number on his back as Eckler is set.
It's a little more maroon than cardinal red to me.
Well, yeah, but I think that's the official color is cardinal red.
Huh.
Ball outside.
This kid's an athlete. He's fun to watch.
Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I was fortunate. I got to coach him for a few years in youth football, and he was fun to have.
So here comes Eckler with the delivery. And there's a strike as Shepard takes a big cut.
Good pitch down the pipe. Brady obviously liked it. Keeps eye on the ball a little bit here. He had a big swing on that one.
And there's another one.
A little high. I think those high pitches are hard for people to let off of.
Well,
that
yeah.
Looked a little bit chin high on him.
They can never lay off the high ones. So Eckler comes set. And there's a delivery. Ooh, Shepard wanted it, was able to hold up, and evens the count at 2-2.
Good check. A little low. Brady wanted it, like you said, but held off.
Shepard back in the box. Eckler looks for a sign. He comes set.
Nice.
And they connects right out to center field. It's going to drop, and Shepard's going to get a hit. He'll be the first base runner for the Bulldogs this afternoon with a single out to center field.
And the center fielder just kind of held up on. He charged in a couple steps and then stopped.
Yeah.
It must have looked kind of funny to him, but the Mark Twain pitcher kind of had his hands up like, come get the ball.
So the left-hander, Brady Fisher, will step in now. Brady has to probably be one of the tallest players that we've seen in the batter's box this season.
His dad's not very short.
Shepard back in as Eckler put a check on him. Calls time. Shepard's up over on first now. Set for his lead again. Now he can run as he gets his lead off. Ball high.
Expected him to go almost. The catcher got that ball a little high.
Yeah.
And on a jump to the throw.
He did. I think he was waiting for Shepard to take off. Shepard's lead grows just a little bit over at first. And now he's off. And they throw down to second. Shepard's in there safely.
Ball call on the pitch.
So 2 balls, no strikes, as Shepard's now in scoring position.
Big Shep almost had him a double stutter there. Like
yeah, he did.
He's like, I'm going to go, I'm not going to go, and then said, fine, I'll go.
So now Fisher will see. Eckler turns, but there was nobody to throw to, so thank goodness he didn't throw, or it's headed out to center field.
Well, Shep Brady was working hard to get back to second, almost fell down.
Ball outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Fisher.
This is good, like Moneyball, right? On base percentage.
That's right.
Not that we have any money on the game.
No.
Right.
And there's a walk. And Shepard's going to advance to third on the wild pitch. So runners at the corner now for Cameron Hunt.
So Eckler does have some velocity, but he's throwing the ball a little high here, and it's been a little. It seems like it's been a little difficult for the catcher, Carmen, to keep control of the ball. At least twice we've seen him drop it.
So no outs here in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corners. Eckler looks for a sign. And Fisher all the way down to second. They throw down. I was looking to see, they're trying to see if Shepard would come home as the shortstop cuts it off. That was a die coming in. Thinking that maybe he was going to throw home and get Shepard, but Shepard stayed put. So now runners at second and third for Hunt.
I think that play is designed for the over-aggressive base runners.
I know a couple of them.
Yes. I do too.
There's a strike in there to Hunt.
Pitch.
Since she's not here, and I had asked her before, I remember playing a women's slow pitch, and I gave Marcia Garrison a hold-up sign on third, and she just shook her head and went on around.
She was done or what?
She going home. Ball in the dirt.
I wish I'd have seen that.
Carmen does a nice job of scooping it up. She just looked at me. She says, I don't hold up. So Eckler again comes set. Fires. Ball 3. That one was high as well. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Hunt. Runners on second and third, no outs. Bottom of the first. We're still scoreless here at Wallace Memorial Park. Hunt connects with this one. It's a high ball out of play back behind us.
When Eckler slows down a little and throws the ball, he's got good location and good speed. And when he tries to put more on it, it looks like that's where that high ball comes in with his fastball. They're straight, though. They appear to be.
Eckler shakes off Carmen now. He's got the sign he wants. And it's down low.
Good.
Another walk for the Bulldogs, and the bases are loaded for Siler Feldworth.
Good work here by the catcher for Mark Twain.
Cade Carmen.
Cade Carmen, yeah. He's had a couple that he's had to block, and he's kept in front of him, both times. That's good work on a catcher. You don't see a lot at this level, so good for him.
So the cleanup hitter in Feldworth stands in with bases loaded, no outs. Eckler again shakes off Carmen now, gets the pitch that he wants. And looks at strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch right down the middle. Feldworth didn't even move, just kind of waiting to see what he's going to throw him. Don't be over aggressive. Just see what comes to you.
Plenty of gaps if Felderworth can find one. And he hits this one, and it's foul down the right field line. So 0-2 to Seiler.
He just was behind that one, just missed it. And as he turned, you could kind of see in his face that he knew that was a good pitch that he should have got on top of.
Back in. His back foot's basically on the back of the batter's box.
Yeah, he's far back.
As Eckler comes set. Felderworth looks at a ball. I don't know that I could have held up on that one.
Yeah, I don't think I could have either. That was low, but man, it was right at his knees.
Yeah, it was.
That's what that protect the plate Jim talks about comes in.
Yep, and he takes a big cut there for the first out and the first strike.
I think
strikeout.
That was almost the same pitch, and I think it, he knew that
Sure.
was close.
So in steps Kenny McCormick. Pitcher against pitcher here. McCormick sticks on his back.
Way back in the plate, too.
Yeah, he is. And he looks at strike one. So bases are loaded as you've got Shepard on third, Fisher on second, and over on first is Hunt. Eckler looks. And McCormick looks at strike two. Weston Dieter's on deck. And if anybody can extend it, Jack Logan in the hole. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. As Eckler winds and fires. Ball outside.
Good eye. That ball traveled outside on McCormick, and he followed it all the way with his head.
Stands back in. Ball low and in the dirt. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a short backstop here, so even if the ball gets past Carmen, unless it rolls down one of the baselines, Shepard's going to stay over at third.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much pressure. It does have a short backstop.
And McCormick goes down swinging for out number 2.
I don't know if we should call that a swing. That was kind of
he was reaching.
Last minute. Oh, I better go.
So in steps Weston Dieters. Eckler back on the mound as he gets his sign from Carmen. Ball hits that inside corner for strike 1. Eckler hoping to get out of trouble here with sitting Weston down. There's a ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, this would be good for Eckler to get out of this. Not good for the Bulldogs to leave 3 on base.
No. And there's strike 2 to Dieters. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got to protect here. Heard Jim talk about this last week. Choke up on the bat. And
let her swing.
Let her swing if it's close.
And he does.
That should be.
Oh, it's a foul tip.
I thought he hit the catcher's mitt. Looked like interference to me.
So we'll try it again. As Eckler delivers, ball low. Again, Carmen, fantastic job here behind the plate. Kind of dug himself a little bit of a hole over there.
He's got him a little bit of a groove going. He's doing good keeping the ball in front of him.
And there the ball gets away, but everybody stays put, and it's a full count.
Eckler kind of pats himself on the chest there, saying my fault. I don't know if he tried to control the ball too much and
just that release point was off and
just threw it away. But something, he was telling somebody, hey, that was on me.
You know he's going to have to throw a strike here. And he does and punches him out looking. So.
The Dieters watched that ball come past him. All the runners were on the move. I mean, at that point, you got to at least make the effort, get the bat on the ball.
So we head to the top of the second. We're still scoreless here at Louisiana as you're listening to high school baseball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
We'll be checking in with Maddie Ingram again here in just a little bit as she is covering the WIVC tournament over in Jacksonville, Illinois. She's taking some pictures, providing some updates at the, I think it was in the top of the second when we heard from her last. Pleasant Hill led 8-0. So the Lady Wolves have had a great season and looking to advance into the regionals pretty quickly. But they want to get through this conference championship first. So we've got Snodgrass, Turnbull, and more up if anybody gets on Eckler. So Snodgrass, your left fielder, steps in. Wears number 19 on a blue shirt with gray numbers with the gray pants and the blue pinstripe. And McCormick throws in strike one.
Yeah, he starts off right away. Those first pitch strikes really help pitchers keep ahead in the game and really gets into the mental mind of the batter.
So McCormick again very quick on the mound. He connects with this one. It's out to left field, right field. Fisher underneath of it.
Oh!
He goes, this is where his height definitely comes into play as he uses every inch of him to reach up and grab that one out of the air.
Yeah, he certainly set down under the ball and then realized he needed to track back a little bit. Yeah. Then he realized he needed to go a little farther, but yeah, his reach really helped him to make sure he made the play.
That wingspan helps out. So Fisher out in right field. Gets out number 1 for the Bulldogs here in the top of the first. In steps Turnbull. McCormick delivers. Calls ball low. McCormick and Eckler have two different styles here on the mound as McCormick wastes no time. He comes set quickly and delivers as Eckler's taking a little bit of time out on the mound. Turnbull steps back in as McCormick fires 3 balls, which is
not typical at this point.
Yeah, it hasn't been typical Kenny yet this game.
Some of the fans hollering at him here to slow down, take your time. Maybe he's trying to throw a little too soon. Or
so Shepard gets the sign. And was wind up. And Turnbull makes a big connection there. It just happens to be fouled down the right field line. And they actually chase it out into the outfield.
Yeah, he hit that ball a little behind, went right towards his dugout, bounced off the fence, and yeah, like you said, well into the grass. Coach had to go get it.
And there's ball 4.
Low and in the dirt.
So the first walk, this one for McCormick. And then comes Blake Moore, the right fielder, with a runner on for the Tigers with only 1 out. They call ball low and outside. McCormick gives a look back to Turnbull. I don't think Turnbull's headed off to the races.
Third base coach was giving him a little, telling him to get off a little bit farther. Good pitch from McCormick there for his second pitch against Moore.
We saw McCormick turn and throw over to Hunt in the bottom or the top of the first, and it was a little miscue between the two. I mean, he could advance on a wild throw. And there's strike number 2 from McCormick.
Another good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's almost like he's got like a 3/4 release. Like his arm's not coming straight over, but coming more out here. But, man, he's got a lot of good control.
This was low. Shepard looked back at first.
Watch as he throws. When his hand comes overhead, the ball typically is coming real low. But when he's got that 3/4 release, man, he really throws it in the
kind of whips it, huh?
Yeah.
And they connect this one right down. It was a nice hit. Just went out of play as it was in foul territory down the right field line. Shepard chases, or excuse me, that's Fisher out there, chases it down in the grass. And they get it back to McCormick. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with Turnbull standing on first for the Tigers here in the top of the second. McCormick looks. Gives a glance back at Turnbull. And he gets him to chase.
That's his changeup. It comes in just slow enough that you're like, yep, I got it.
Yep, he pulls that string on him.
Yeah.
And in comes the pitcher, Connor Eckler. We're going to check with Maddie Ingram here in just a few moments. As soon as we get the third out, we'll check with her between bats. Eckler, the pitcher, steps in, and he looks at ball 1.
I think he called that a little low there. It was a good pitch from here at the table, but got an odd angle.
We do. And ball low and away again.
That was certainly low.
Still got Turnbull over on first base for the Tigers. As McCormick comes set. Gets him to chase a high one.
Yeah, and that wasn't a little high.
Yeah, no.
That was
That was eyeball high.
Yeah. There's a good pitch.
And got him to chase again. I guess he didn't chase. He just swung at that one. And makes 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That pitch looked like it was on the inside here, and Eckler just couldn't catch up to it. Good pitch.
Ball outside. Takes it to a full count. McCormick's set, and he's ready. He's just ready, waiting for Eckler to step back in the box. Eckler calls time. I'm not sure exactly what he was being told good job for, but hey, Eckler, good job.
Yeah, something his eye, I guess.
Yeah, well, the official told him good job. I guess the way he called timeout or whatever. And he fouls that one off.
Man, that ball came off the bat backwards fast.
Yeah, it did.
Just missed.
Turnbull took off as Eckler steps back in with the full count and 2 outs. Again, another nice crowd on hand here at Wallace Memorial Park this evening. As he connects with this one, it's out to right field. It's going to get down. Turnbull will hold up. No, Turnbull's going to try for third. No!
Oh.
As Fisher threw it in.
Good throw. Fisher, and had he continued, he'd have been out. That was a good throw by Fisher to the third base. The third baseman stepped off and made sure he got the ball, and Turnbull turned around and go back to second.
Yeah, he did. That'll bring up Landon Armour. As soon as we get through this at bat, through this portion of the inning, we'll check in with Maddie Ingram coming up.
Sheldon Sylvie is at third base, like you said, the hot box, and good job to make sure he had the ball first before anything else.
Yes. So Eckler has a huge lead. He's dancing around between first and second. And ball's high.
He's at halfway. They're not even going to challenge him. It doesn't look. He's got nowhere to go, though.
Yeah. Landon Armour in the batter's box now for the Tigers. And he fouls this one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on for the Tigers here in the top of the second. 2 outs. McCormick looking to get out of trouble and leave some runners stranded for the Tigers.
Shep was looking at his glove. I don't think he realized how he didn't catch it. It wouldn't have mattered, though.
Ball high.
Change up.
As McCormick looks in. Ball low.
I think it was low and outside for a right-handed batter.
McCormick trying to avoid another walk in this inning. And not. Bases are loaded. It's a second walk for McCormick. As we're back to the top of the lineup to Aiden Dye. He went down swinging in the top of the first.
Reasonably sure that the baseball scorebook, Marion, was designed for people that got bored so they could color at the same time.
Is that what it is?
I'm just guessing.
So McCormick gets that one, tips it off, and it goes off of everybody's.
Yeah, off the glove of the catcher, off the helmet of the referee.
Yeah. I think he's like, that might have smarted him. He hasn't put it back on yet. No, he's good. So bases loaded for the Tigers.
I see a lot of coaches check on the umpire at that point, kind of
Yeah.
get some brownie points.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh,
And there's
great pitch.
strike two. So no balls, 2 strikes to Dye. Dye stands back in. And he
Nice
connects
hit.
with this one over to Logan. And it
Oh.
gets away. There's an error, but he's able to get it. He gets the out. So that takes care of the second. They're able to keep runners from scoring as we head to the bottom of the second scoreless. Let's take a Eagle 102 game break with Maddie Ingram.
9-0 heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. Pleasant Hill has the lead over Triopia. So they got 8 runs in that bottom half of the first inning and have been a little bit quiet ever since they were able to pick up another run in the bottom of the third. Now, if Pleasant Hill is able to put another run on the scoreboard and get 3 outs, this game will end early. And if they advance, as long as things stay good here, they will be playing Calhoun pretty much immediately after this ball game. But right now they're leading 9-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Pleasant Hill's getting ready to bat. That's been an Eagle 102 game break.
All right, here at Wallace Memorial Park, Marion Everhart, Chris Grody in with you. You know, Chris, I don't think I've been here for a game yet this season where the wind wasn't blowing.
Oh, no, I didn't really notice much wind last week when we were here watching, but it certainly is blowing here, kind of coming.
I take that back. That was the one game. Yeah. That was the one game. You are right. Jim Ross and I commented on how perfect the night was. It got just a hair cold when the sun went down, but you're right. I'd forgotten that Van Far game. It was about as perfect as you get, but we had skunks, so we were trying to make sure the wind wasn't blowing in anybody's way.
We talked about that rally animal earlier. I think I'd prefer a squirrel over a skunk.
I agree.
But whatever.
So for the Bulldogs, they've got Logan, Crabtree, and Sylvia. If anybody can get on, they're back to the top of the order to Shepard.
It's a good play by Jack Logan in that last play for that out. It looked like the base runner kind of not interfered, but got in the way of his vision a little bit. He was able to knock the ball down and make the play at second with the second baseman to get the out.
As I need to apparently try and hit my home microphone there.
Yeah, as the wind blows your clipboard away.
So Eckler calls time and steps off. Logan steps out. Back in the batter's box he goes. Eckler looks for the sign from Carmen, gets it, goes into his windup. Ball low.
Yet again, a great block by their catcher, Cade Carmen. That was ball hits him right in the chest. He's not afraid to stop the ball.
No, he's not. Logan has a big strike zone, we'll call it. And he's missing it low for a second time. So Eckler just needs to get it up, get the ball up a little bit, and he could hit him right at the knees.
Yeah, well, the knees of Jack Logan are at the chest of the catcher for Mark Twain.
Yep.
So, but you are right. That is a big strike zone. If you get Eckler's just got to get it up just a little to get it into that zone.
So 3 balls and no strikes to Logan. Logan will happily take first on a walk. He shows bunt. Now he pulls back. And he looks at strike 1.
On the inside corner.
And that did it right about waist high.
Yeah.
So Logan stands in there. And there's ball low.
Huh. Eckler's kind of looking down here at the home plate like what just happened, because that looked an awful lot like the pitch we just saw that was a strike. But Again, the umpire sees that we can't see from here. So.
Yeah, we're off to the side of the right-handed batter's box. And steps Gavin Crabtree.
All of these Bulldog batters are deep in the box.
And they check on Logan. He's back in safely. Again, it's senior night here at Mark Twain High School. They'll be recognizing the seniors in between games. Ball low to Crabtree. As Eckler again looks for the sign from Carmen. Logan takes off, heads down to second. He's in there standing up.
Yeah, he got a good jump on that ball and was way ahead of the throw from the home plate catcher.
It was a strike to Crabtree, so 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger. Good heavy swing.
And there's another big swing from Crabtree. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sylvie's on deck. Then top of the lineup to Shepard. And Crabtree goes down swinging. That's the 4th strikeout for Eckler. And in comes Sylvie.
I've seen Sylvie hit the ball a time or two in rec leagues. That was pretty impressive. I don't know how he's doing in the high school years.
As he hits this one right down to the first base to Turnbull. Turnbull goes off his leg.
Score here.
And here comes Logan as Turnbull slides and falls in the grass. As they'll check and make sure he's not injured.
I couldn't see him where he fell because the catcher and the umpire were standing here in the way.
So the Bulldogs get on the board first. The error over on the first baseman to Turnbull as it rolled up his leg and right over into the wet grass.
We talked about fielding a little bit in the beginning of the game, and that was one of the things that I noticed. You know, there's not a lot of those, that alligator, that top hand up. We noticed, and we talked a little bit about that. That's kind of, it looked like the first baseman was set up to get the ball and then almost wanted to make his way to first base before he ensured that he had the ball. And
he's walking around over on the right, on the first base side. It seems to be okay. I'm guessing the grass was wet and he probably twisted an ankle as he slid. And
he kept pointing at his ankle.
Yeah, he's over there kind of rotating it around, but he seems to be okay. So they kind of give him a minute. So Sheldon Sylvie on base.
Jack Logan scores for the Bulldogs from second. Brady Shepard's up to bat, your leadoff batter.
Shepard got a single, his first at bat.
A couple shakeoffs here.
And he connects to this one.
And
it's going to get over to the shortstop, and he's safe.
Fast.
He is very fast. So another single for Shepard.
A lot of ground to cover for the Mark Twain shortstop coming towards the third baseman. He gets it, and then he's got to stop all that momentum to get the throw back to first. And a guy like Shep running is going to be difficult to make that throw from across the field.
So Dye did a nice job keeping it on the infield for the Tigers. His throw just went in time, and in steps Brady Fisher, who walked at his last at bat. 1-0 is our score here as the Bulldogs have gotten on top. Fisher fouls that one back.
Just a little behind.
As he steps back in. Eckler gives a nod. He found the sign he likes. And Fisher looks at strike 2.
Yeah, took strike 2. It looked like that was right down the pipe. I don't know if he thought that was low or what. Or he just didn't like it, right?
Yeah, could be. Eckler comes set. Ball gets away. And they're going to try and get Sylvie at third, but everybody's in safe. Everybody advances.
A good cover on Carmen here, the catcher for Mark Twain. He didn't catch that ball quite like he wanted cleanly, but he was immediately on the ball and pretty close play at third.
He did a nice job gobbling it up here down the third base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fisher. He fouls that one off again. This time hit hard enough. We're going to have to get up and adjust our camera.
Oh.
So
Fisher gets set.
And he connects with this one. It's out to right field. They're chasing it down.
Oh, to the fence.
And it's going to score 2. Fisher, I kind of was surprised he wasn't in there for a stand-up. I'm surprised he didn't make it a triple.
It'd have been close. That ball did get in pretty quick to the second baseman. I think Fisher did a good job to hold there. He got 2 RBIs. That ball was hit high and died right at the fence. So, I mean, that was a good shot.
Armour and Moore both went back for it and just couldn't quite rail it in. And with 1 out, it's 3-0. Hunt takes a big swing.
A really high pitch.
We'll check with Maddie Ingram here after Louisiana ends their inning as Pleasant Hill has won their game 15-0.
Wow.
They'll be getting set, so we'll get a quick recap from Maddie as soon as we end this one. Ball high to Hunt.
Yeah, another high ball. That went right across the chest there. Did a good job not to swing at that one.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cameron Hunt. Fisher stands out on second. And Fisher's going to go down to third. He'll be in there he slides in. I think he probably could have been standing up, but.
Yeah, the ball looked like that got away from Eckler, just slipped out of his hand because it was 1.5 feet above the mitt of the catcher.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as Fisher's over on first. Eckler gives the sign he wants. As Cameron Hunt gets punched out looking for out number 2.
That was a good pitch.
And so that brings in Felderworth. Felderworth struck out swinging his last at bat. 3-0. Bulldogs lead this one. Eckler shakes off Carmen. Now he gets the sign he wants. And the home plate umpire said, yes, he did.
Yeah, on the swing. He tried to check it, but there was a lot of momentum going.
There was.
But the ump certainly called that. Yes, he did.
So as Felderworth stands in there again. He connects with this one straight to die over the shortstop. He gobbles it up, fires a first, another miscue, and there's another run.
Yeah, good RBI for Felderworth. The shortstop charged the ball well enough, threw it on the throw, and just threw it wide right of the first baseman.
So Kenny McCormick steps in now with Felderworth over on first. 4-0 is our scores. The Bulldogs lead the Tigers here in the bottom of the second. We're going to catch up with Maddie Ingram.
Oh.
As Hunt dives back in, now he calls time. His Turnbull just stood there waiting for him to get up.
Almost caught him sleeping a little bit. He was about a step or so off the bag, and right as he started to take his second leadoff step, the pitcher pulled the trigger and tried to pick him off.
Ball high.
Ball high. Agreed.
So Louisiana got the early lead like we talked about. 4-0 right now here in the bottom of the second. Check back on Felderworth again. Calls time.
Kind of the same situation. Felderworth gets off a little bit. Just as he gets ready to take that second lead off, Eckler tries to pick him, and it's pretty close.
There's a strike into McCormick. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Eckler comes set. McCormick
Nice
connects
hit.
with this one. Out to left field. Snodgrass is there for out number 3.
Didn't have to take a step.
They didn't hit it right to him.
Ball hit right to him.
So it's the bottom of the second. Louisiana takes the lead 4-0. Let's check in with Maddie Ingram from an Eagle 102 game break.
Marianne, this game has just wrapped up this afternoon as Pleasant Hill was able to defeat Triopia 15-0. So they just needed 1 to end it in 5. Well, they said, how about we score 6? And so that game ended a little bit sooner than they had planned, as they were able to wrap it up in 4 innings of play with a couple of outs to spare as they defeat Triopia 15-0 to advance in the WIVC tournament. Now we're getting ready as Calhoun is still warming up behind us, and they'll fill a dugout and then they'll make their way to the field for this next game. It is the semifinal. If they do win this next ball game, Pleasant Hill will play for the WIVC tournament championship tomorrow night right here at Jacksonville Field 5. So that's been an Eagle 102 game break. More softball next.
All right, let's send it back.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
We'll get ready and check in with Maddie again as we continue with Game 2 at the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves. Right here in Wallace Memorial Park, though, we are getting ready for Cade Carmen should be our first batter up.
We got a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Brady Fisher's taking the mound, and McCormick has switched to catcher.
Look at you picking that all up.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing at. I'm here to help.
So where did we move Shepard to?
Brady looks like is at shortstop.
So, no, that's probably right.
He might be at second. Yes, shortstop. Thank you for the shell game with the baseball players.
Yeah.
Can you follow the ship?
Yeah, follow the ship. So, and then it looks like it moved Jack Logan
center
at
field.
Center field. So I'm guessing Lumley moved to right where Shepard was, or I mean where Fisher was. Thank you, Ryan Griffin. Big swing to Cade Cameron to start the top of the third.
First pitch strike for Fisher.
Ball low. My guess is, too, there's probably a little movement around because it's senior night.
Oh, maybe. Is Fisher a senior also?
I knew you'd ask me that. I believe he is.
Sorry.
And they're connected with this one. And it gets right out to Logan in center field, so it'll be a single for Carmen.
Yeah, the ball went right back up the middle. Fisher got his hand out towards the glove. Didn't quite get his hands on it. Bounces out to Jack Logan, who tries to make a play at first for the out.
So Nolan Epperson steps in.
Cameron Hunt on the heads-up play to get that ball from the center fielder, Jack Logan, and not let it go past him.
And they go back and put a check on Carmen. Carmen dives back in safely. As Fisher looks, gets a sign from McCormick.
Third step for leadoff.
Fisher, left-handed batter.
Little stomp in the dirt.
Yeah. Goes low, right back up the middle again. But to Shepard. Shepard looks to turn the double play, and it gets him.
Job for Brady, too, to kneel down on that ball and stop it right in front of him, just to the shortstop side of second base. So once he secures the ball, he takes one step and then throws through. So good job for Shep.
And that brings in Braden Moss.
makes your change and decisions look pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Brady and Will played the center last year.
Up
the center between the two, yep. Strike one in there to Moss. So he definitely has the experience.
That ball from Epperson, too, was hit really low, almost like a golf swing off the dirt to drive it out there to Shepard.
And Moss can't hold up, so he gets strike two.
It's got almost a weird sinker or curveball because it looks like it's coming slow, and at about 5 foot in front of the plate, it just drops out of the bottom. That's a good pitch.
Fouls that one off. So I was looking, and I think I have this right. He bats left but throws right? I've seen that.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I think that's correct. I think I've watched him bat left, and I'm certainly watch him throw right-handed.
I was going to say, I know he bats left. He's one of our only area players that really bats left.
Then you're watching him throw right, so.
Ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher looking to sit this one down. Get out of this one, 1, 2, 3.
There it was.
Ball low.
No swing that time.
And takes it to a full count.
I don't know if that ball was low or not, but I'd like to see Kenny catch that ball from the bottom up instead of the top down. He'd get more calls from the umpire.
Here comes Fisher with the payoff pitch. And gets
him.
Got him swinging.
Good pitch.
And we are headed to the bottom of the third as Louisiana leads Mark Twain 4-0 here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
For the Bulldogs, they're going to have Dieters, Logan, and Crabtree. And if anybody can get on, it'll be Sylvie. So, Bulldogs lead this one 4-0. As Weston Dieters steps into the batter's box. Eckler still on the mound for the Tigers. As he sets to deliver, ball low in the dirt.
Carmen again with a pretty good block. That one bounced off to him to his right, but
he fires and grabs this one as it looks at strike one. That is Dieters. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs lead this one 4-0. Dieters fouls this one off. Now he's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
like his swing, because he's almost already running in his swing.
Again, the seniors will be honored between games. Ball low.
Is there a JV game after this one?
There is. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As Eckler gives a nod, has the sign he wants. And they fouls it off. Stays alive. It's Weston Dieters. So Eckler gets him swinging on that one for the first out. Jack Logan steps in. He took a walk his last at bat. Eckler comes set. Jack looks at strike one. So Logan up to bat. Crabtree on deck. Sylvie in the hole. As Logan connects with this one, and he hits it out, splits the difference between the center and right, and he'll hold up for the single.
Yeah, hit that ball right to right center. The center fielder covered it pretty well. Got it back into the second baseman before Logan could. I don't know, a quarter of the way when he decided to come back.
So Crabtree now has a base runner to move around. He steps in. Won't be surprised if we see Eckler turn and check on Logan. And that's exactly what happens.
Like that?
Yep. Turnbull does a nice job of reeling in that ball. It was a little wild throw.
Well, I think he knows he needs to keep the basketball star here at bay.
And Logan down to second. Slides in safely.
Yeah, he probably could have just ran that one all the way in, but I know coaches don't like that, but he was way ahead of that pickoff.
Besides, you can't get your pants dirty if you don't slide.
Yeah, that's right. Your mom does your laundry, you can let her rip. Or your dad, whatever.
Yeah. Logan gets a lead over second. Looks like he's headed to third, and he's hit by a pitch.
Good take.
So Sheldon Sylvie came around to score his last at bat. He made contact. It was an error on the first baseman as it kind of rolled up his leg, and Eckler throws as Sylvie takes a big cut with one out.
Just missed.
Got 2 on for the Bulldogs. Got to clean the plate off a little bit. Sylvie steps back in. Eckler looks back at Logan over on second. He throws it, tries to bunt it, and it's high. And man, Carmen did a nice job at ditching the helmet, and he was right there. He was a step away, just a step away from catching that one.
Yeah, that was pretty close, but good effort on the catcher's part to get this foul ball in the air.
So no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out for Sylvie. As Eckler gives a nod. He steps off, looks back at Logan.
I wish we had a replay.
You're awful picky here. It's not ESPN, dude.
I'd just like to see his pick that step off again, because
ball on the inside corner. I agree.
Pretty sure his foot was up, and if he makes any motion forward at all, he has to continue the pitch, right, or it's a balk. But that's an interpretation call too, by the way.
It is. Ball low and in the dirt again. Carmen, nice job back there behind the plate.
Yeah, Eckler again saying, hey, my bad. He skipped that ball off a home plate, so just his release point's a little off, throwing it down low.
And Sylvie fouls this one off to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 on for the Bulldogs.
It's okay, staying alive here.
Sylvie up to bat. Brady Shepard on deck. Eckler with his neon green glove on the mound for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm surprised I let him pitch with that. We talked about that earlier.
Eckler to deliver. Ball low.
Oh, and inside it looked like.
Full count.
Cade pinned the ball down low. Cameron did, but couldn't find it. But Jack didn't go, so no difference. Carmen. I keep calling him Cameron. Carmen. Cade Carmen.
He steps off and look like they're going to try and get Logan. Logan in a hot box situation. He's trying to run it back. He slides in safely. Everybody's safe.
Pitcher did a good job running the ball almost all the way to Jack to keep him, going forward.
Yeah.
And the 2 or 3 pump fakes from the third baseman and then the high throw kind of ultimately got to him.
And they must not trust how sneaky Jack can be, because the first baseman who has the ball walks it all the way back to the mound. And Eckler stayed at third until Turnbull basically got to the mound and then started making his way there. So Sheldon Silver back in with a full count. Eckler to deliver. Sheldon hits it out towards right field. Underneath of it's Moore. Moore catches it. Logan back to tag. Into second base. Diving in or sliding in was, that was Crabtree.
Sacrifice fly for Sylvie. Moved both runners around. So that's a good tactic.
And brings Brady Shepard to the plate. Shepard, who has connected each of his 2 times at bat with a single, has ducks on the pond, runners in scoring position. Ball outside. Eckler takes his time on the mound. Ball high.
So you try to put some heat on that one. Again, it comes a little bit high because he was off the pitching mound there, kind of hopping like, dang it.
Enjoying the chatter from the Louisiana dugout. As he looks at strike 1, Shepard does, so 2 balls, 1 strike.
Inside pitch there. So it's difficult to get that bat around to that position on the ball, but we see guys do it all the time.
Shepard calls time, steps out. Now back in the batter's box. Crabtree on second, Logan on third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, or bottom of the 3rd. 4-0 our score. Bulldogs lead it. Ball low and in the dirt. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Shepard. Brady Fisher on deck. So Shepard steps back in. Eckler shakes off the sign. Now he gets what he wants. Ball high. And there's a walk. That's the 4th walk for Eckler.
Yeah, that ball came just above, about shoulder height on Shep.
So bases are loaded for Brady Fisher.
The left-handed.
Yeah, right fielder.
Batting, right-handed. Oh, yeah.
And the right fielder.
Yeah. Well, isn't that where you put left-handed
batters?
Oh, no, he throws right-handed.
Yep. Ball high to Fisher. As the wind picks up just a little bit here at Wallace Memorial Park. Been a nice evening so far. Low and outside. Ball 2 to Fisher. Eckler.
Outside.
Misses the edge and makes 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Fisher says, I'll take a walk home, walk or run home. And that's exactly what happens.
This is where I think high school baseball, we don't see enough mound visits from coaching staff. I don't think this is just my opinion. I don't have a lot of baseball experience, but here's a visit here. But 2-3 straight walks in a row, even if you're not taking him out, hey man, you good?
You
How's
okay?
your mom and them? Everything fine?
Want pizza after the game?
Yeah. I hate your shoestrings. Whatever,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, just take a moment. It's 5-0 currently here in the bottom of the third as they have a little chat out on the mound.
Well, this would have been a CCC battle here, huh? But
a long time ago.
Yeah.
I said a long time ago, but I guess it really isn't that long ago. But in our old years, it's a long time ago. So Cameron Hunt steps in now after back-to-back walks. 5-0 our score.
I think in modern days, the EMO is enjoying playing the CCC.
I think you're right. It's funny how it changes so often, though.
In our days,
yeah,
it was not so fun.
No, it was never fun in any sport.
There's a strike. Good pitch.
Although I chuckle because, we can talk about football and we can talk about basketball back in our day, but softball and baseball weren't at Bowling Green when we were in school.
Right, weren't even an option.
No. There's another big swing from Cameron for no balls and 2 strikes. So Cameron steps back in. As Eckler throws, ball inside. No, punched him out for strike number 3. So we're headed to the top of the 4th, but not before Louisiana puts another one on the board. They lead this one 5-0 as you're listening to high school baseball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
5-0 is our score here in the top of the 4th as the Bulldogs lead Mark Twain in this EMO conference battle this afternoon here at Wallace Memorial Park. Marion Everhart, Chris Grody in with you as we are getting ready for Mark Twain to bat here in the top of the 4th. Kenny McCormick hollers it's coming down.
Sheldon Sylvie checked in at pitcher for the Bulldogs.
Okay, seriously, Griff. You're killing me here. So now it looks like it's Logan over at third. Who else moved around? I'm guessing Lumley went back to center.
Looks like Fisher's out in right field.
All right, so Sheldon Sylvie.
First
gets that
pitch.
into Snodgrass for a strike.
Yeah, a little high, foul tip from Snodgrass, but number 19 pulled the trigger and foul tipped it back.
So we got Snodgrass, Turnbull, and Moore. If anybody gets on, Eckler. Sylvie. Ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike as we're in the top of the 4th. 5-0 our score. Louisiana leads this one. Sylvie is not as quick as Fisher and McCormick on the mound. Ball low.
And outside.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
McCormick makes a quick run out there. Talk to him for a second. Might lets him know where he's missing out there. See something that the rest of us don't see.
It's like, hey, relax. Coach hates your shoestrings.
Yeah.
But he won't tell you, so I will.
Dude, we got pizza ordered, so.
Yeah. That's more important.
Yeah. So Sylvie looks in, gives a nod. And throws a strike there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 Snodgrass.
Whatever Mr. McCormick said worked.
Yeah, that's the type of leadership we were talking about that, McCormick added that the team was missing a little bit when he was out with injury. And this one rolls right back to the pitcher, picks it up, throws it down to first, and they have their first out.
Good hustle up to the ball. Double hands.
Yep.
Glove and top hand. Picks it up, throws it to first.
So then steps Turnbull. Turnbull walked his last at bat. Was stranded over on third base. Sylvie goes to the stretch. Down and away for ball 1.
Braden Moss looks like if he hits the ball, he is going to hit it to the cafeteria.
Oh, Turnbull.
Oh, excuse me. Is that who's batting
Yes.
currently? Yeah, I was off. Turnbull.
And he's to Dieters. Dieters scoops it up at second base. Gets it to first. And we've got 2 outs.
Yep. Bloop that to the second baseman.
Now Blake Moore. So Sylvie hoping for a 1-2-3 inning here. Sylvie gets into stretch. Fouls this one off.
Sylvie doing a good job composing himself, pitching the ball in and let the defense do the work.
Yep. We talked about it before in the pregame. Throw strikes.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is throw strikes. Sometimes easier said than done, obviously.
Right. Ooh.
Ball outside, and I tell you what, Moore wanted to chase that one.
He wanted that ball. I agree. Leaning way out to take a potential swing.
So he looks again, gets another strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Tigers here in the top of the 4th. Down 5-0 to the Bulldogs. Sheldon Sylvie on the mound for the Dogs. McCormick behind the plate, gets set. Thought they could catch that outside corner and just missed.
Just outside, I guess.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And McCormick turns around and asks, did it just miss? And he said, yep, it did. And catches and pulls a string for strikeout. And that's the 3rd out here as we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 5-0 as you're listening to high school baseball on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning as the Bulldogs lead the Mark Twain Tigers of 5-0. Looks like for the Bulldogs it's going to be Felderworth, McCormick, and Dieters. If anybody can get on, Logan. So looking at some batting averages here for Felderworth. He's in the number 2 spot for average, batting average at 309. His on-base percentage is at 356. So good one to lead off here in the bottom of the 4th for the Bulldogs. Eckler still on the mound for the Tigers. 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 1 hit by pitch so far from Eckler. And we're ready to go. Eckler gets Felderworth to swing at the first strike. Steps back in. Carmen gives a sign. Eckler good with it. Goes into the stretch. Holds up inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, if you missed it, the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves advanced on to the WIVC semifinals. We'll have some from that game coming up here in just a little bit. Maddie Ingram is over there covering that in Jacksonville. Ball 2 to Felderworth. Eckler tries to hit it at the knees, and it's low. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And there's a big swing from Felderworth. He takes it to a full count.
Big pop in the glove, too.
Yeah, it was. Felderworth calls time. She steps out. Takes his practice swing. Now he's back in the box. Umpire gives the thumbs up. We're ready to go again. And Felderworth connects this time over to the third baseman. That's to Moss. Moss comes up firing over to first, and they get the out.
Good hustle by Felderworth. It was a pretty close play. Hit the
yeah, see? Uh-huh.
Microphone hit me in the hand. It's like, oh. Yeah, good hit right down third base line by Felderworth, and a good play by Moss to get the ball over to
nice stretch to Turnbull. Yeah. And in steps Kenny McCormick. McCormick struck out, and he's flied out to left field. Ball inside to McCormick. After an hour and 15 minutes, we're in the bottom of the 4th. McCormick fouls this one out of play. One ball, 1 strike to Kenny. It's senior night here at Wallace Memorial Park. They're going to recognize the seniors between the varsity and JV games. McCormick takes a big swing for strike 2.
His feet looked a little wide to me there. Didn't have much of a good base.
Kind of narrows it up now.
Yeah, it looks pretty good set here.
Ball inside.
Low and inside.
2 balls, 2 strikes to McCormick with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs lead at 5-0 over the Tigers. Eckler shakes it off. Now gets the one he wants. McCormick goes down to this one. Over to Dye. Dye takes it out of the dirt, fires it over to first, and it's another clean play. And out number 2 for the Bulldogs.
A good hit ball, hard hit, straight to the shortstop. Dye did a good job. Pick that ball up and just get it over to first base for the out.
And steps Weston Dieters, the second baseman for Louisiana. He's gone down with strikeouts both his times at bat. Takes a big swing here for strike 1.
Swings with his all hands, it looks like. Not much step into his hit. He'll prove me wrong, I hope. There's some step a little bit there.
They usually do as soon as you say it.
Yeah.
Dieter stands in with no balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And fouls this one off. Jack Logan on deck if Dieters can extend the inning. 5-0 our score. Bulldogs lead the Tigers here in this emo conference battle at Wallace Memorial Park. Eckler delivers. Ball high. Dieters chases it, and it's another strikeout. Gives him 5 on the afternoon for Eckler. We're headed to the top of the 5th. Bulldogs lead this one 5-0 here on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana. And let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Looks like Sylvie will remain on the mound for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 5th as they lead this one 5-0. Kenny McCormick working on getting his catching gear on. He was one of the last batters, I believe. Here it comes out. Up to bat, we've got Eckler, Armour, so 8, 9, and then back to the top of the lineup. Number 1, Dye. So McCormick says this one's coming down.
He gets in right away, ready to go. I'm ready. He's got a pretty good arm on him.
He does. And I noticed that he's not like most other catchers. He doesn't go down a full squat. He's basically, he works those thigh muscles for sure because he's about halfway up most of the time.
You watch a lot of those guys in high school kids, in college kids, they kind of creep up for that throwdown.
Yeah, they do. So, Sylvie. And it's a contact right away from Eckler as he fouls us down the left field line. Over to Louisiana dugout. Logan scoops it up, gets it back to Sylvie on the mound.
Keep a little dirt around, step back in.
Sylvie from the stretch. There's another foul off from Eckler, so no balls and 2 strikes.
What's it?
Wind picks up just a tad. As Sylvie's set to deliver. Tried to pull the string on that one. However, it bounced on home plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. McCormick sets up behind the plate. Sheldon to deliver.
Nice.
Eckler hits it right past Jack Logo on third, and he'll have a single. So Mark Twain's got a base runner.
It didn't look like Eckler wasn't going to hit that ball. He seemed to be right on everything that Sylvie pitched him and pulled this down on the short stop side of third base, and Jack couldn't quite get his glove on it.
Now, well, got someone batting in place of Dye. Oh, no, that was Armour. Sorry, Armour out there, out to center field. Lumley under it for out number 1. Now we're headed to Dye at the top of the order.
Now Aiden Dye, top of the lineup for the Mark Twain Tigers.
We're in the top of the 5th. 5-0 is our score. Louisiana top. Eckler over on first base for the Tigers. 1 out. And he's headed to second. McCormick throws down. It was close, but Eckler beat the tag.
Yeah, throw from McCormick is the third base side of second, but Eckler almost overran
Yeah,
second base.
he about slid over, didn't he?
Almost slid himself into an out, almost.
Now runner in scoring position for the Tigers. And there's contact.
Oh, good hit.
It looks like
It's
Eckler's going to
gonna
come around and
score
score. And there's a single in there for Dye as he split that 5-6 gap and got the RBI. So that brings in Cade Carmen. So Dye over on first now for the Tigers with one out. Sylvie looks him back.
Oh. McCormick almost threw that back here to first on the
Yeah, he
backside
did.
pickoff and decided not to, and he might have had him had he let it go.
So Sylvie looks again. Comes set. And he's going at second. There's
Got
a throw
it.
down.
Oh.
Allen is just high. And Dye gets into second.
Yeah, McCormick did a good job getting that ball out there to second base. Like you said, just threw it a bit high. But man, the ball beat the runner. Had it been in the right spot, that'd probably been an out.
So 2 balls, no strikes to Cade Carmen. And Mark Twain's got a runner on second. There's Dye. Sylvie delivers. Ball low. Gets away. He's headed to third. And McCormick throws it back to the pitcher. Quick update. The Pleasant Hill Western boys fell to Carrollton this afternoon with a score of 12-2.
The catcher McCormick here giving his pitcher, hey, don't worry about the base runner. Just throw me the ball. Giving him some good.
And there was ball 4. There's a walk for Sylvie, his first walk. Now I'll bring in Nolan Epperson. So they're going to clean off home plate real quick as McCormick reminding everybody to calm down. Runners at the corners. As Epperson steps in.
On the run.
Yeah. They're going to let him have second. And that's
McCormick calls time to go talk to
Sylvie
a little bit here.
Something's just not quite right with that release point. So he's struggling. That's 5 straight balls from Sylvie. Umpire goes out to break it up.
Yeah, literally looks like it's like, no, that's a sycamore.
Are you talking about the bird out there flying?
No. No, I am not. The tree. Merle, the tree.
I don't know what you're looking at out there. All I hear is sycamore, and I'm like, well, no, Blake Moore's down a little lower.
Yeah, that's right. Nice.
Big contact. Right out to Fisher. Fisher looks. Oh, he
It's an
drops.
out. He called it on the transfer.
But they did let a run score.
I think he called that on the transfer. Yeah, 2 outs.
So Dye came around to score.
That's a good call on the umpire to.
That means Cade Carmen is over on third as Braden Moss steps in. 5-2 is our score. Ball low. Sylvie makes his way around to the front of the rubber. Looks into McCormick. Comes set. Ball low.
A little low.
2 balls, no strikes to Moss.
5-2 should be our score here, right?
It is.
Scoreboard's a little behind on that Mark Twain run.
There might have been a little question. And that one's off the plate. So 3 balls, no strikes. We're in the top of the 5th. Just to run around third. It's Carmen standing over on third. There's a strike from Sylvie. Three balls, 1 strike. He fouls this one off.
Helping him out. He kind of lobbed that one in there. And Moss here swung at a pretty high pitch to help out.
Yeah, he did.
The Bulldog pitcher.
Well, the scoreboard says 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What do you have?
I have 3 balls and 2 strikes, but that doesn't mean anything. This one goes right back to Sylvie. However, Shepard.
Shepard missed it too. 5-3 on the board. Well, 5-1 on the board. But.
Yeah. So there's a couple errors on that one. But Carmen comes around to score.
Got the board fixed now.
Yep. 5-3 our score. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Sylvie throws back to first. Moss is in there safely. Eli Snodgrass in the batter's box for the Tigers.
Left fielder for Mark Twain.
And they call a balk.
Not if he calls a balk.
Yeah. So they call a balk. So is it a strike?
No, the runner advances.
And it's wiped off.
And the batter is still
Right
here.
here. So we'll try this again. We'll start over. And I'm sure Louisiana's happily ready for this do-over. Actually, he was stealing third, so now they're going to give him third.
That is, if he was in the process of stealing second, that's correct.
And he was.
Yeah, that's. That.
Yes. He was in the process of stealing. So Jack Logan reminds Sylvie to play some pitch and catch. While they do it, nope, they're going to send him back now.
Yeah, they're technically, if he was in the process of the base, he gets the next base.
Well, from my angle, we'll just say it looked like he was stealing.
I thought he was too. I thought he was well over halfway. But they're the umpire. They know the difference. They know the rules.
So we got 1 ball and no strikes to Snodgrass. Oh, no, that's what I thought. They're killing me here. So how about strike 1? So no balls. First strike to Snodgrass.
Right, he called the balk as no pitch, so this is his first pitch. I don't know what he called. I don't know why he called it a balk. I didn't see what Sylvie did.
Honestly, I was watching Moss. Connects with this on a high fly out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes. Sylvie hoping to stop the bleeding here. If he can set Snodgrass down.
Yeah, it gets him out of this inning for sure. Or half.
And he gets him.
Got him.
Caught him swinging. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-3 our score as the Bulldogs continue to lead the Tigers here on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
While Mark Twain continues their warm-ups, let's send it to Maddie for an Eagle 102 game break.
And it's 2-0. Pleasant Hill is trailing Calhoun here this afternoon. They're facing a very tough pitcher from Calhoun, and so Calhoun was able to get on the board in the bottom half of the first inning by 2 triples. 2 big triples to the wall that outfielders just couldn't get in quick enough. They have some speed at the top of the lineup, so Calhoun on top 2-0, and Pleasant Hill just went down swinging 3 times, so 3 strikeouts, all swinging there in the top half of the second. On the pitcher's rubber today, it's Ava Womble, so she's getting some extra work in. I believe Kinley Lowe may have been hit by a pitch. Something's going on with her wrist, so that is why we're going to see less of her today, and maybe in a higher a game of more importance, obviously, as her injury can prohibit her in the postseason. So trying to be as cautious as possible. Womble's getting a start in this game too, but they're trailing 2-0. That's been an Eagle 102 game break.
As we start the bottom of the 5th here, Jack Logan up to bat, and he's looked at 2 balls, and there's his first strike at the at-bat.
It kind of looked like low inside on Jack Logan here for a strike, but good call.
Logan again looks back to Eckler. Eckler comes set. Ball low. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jack Logan. Louisiana still leads this one by 2, 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Eckler kind of shakes it off. Now he gets
again.
Yeah. And Logan looks at strike 2.
This umpire likes that inside corner, doesn't he? That
he
inside
does.
pitch.
And ball inside for the walk. So that's the 6th walk of the game for Eckler, and that brings in Gavin Crabtree.
We're going to have a pitcher change here for the Tigers, it looks like.
While we have a pitching change, let's take a short break. We'll be back with more Emo Conference baseball after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Looks like Aiden Dye is going to take over on the mound for the Tigers. I think Eckler will head to shortstop. We've got Crabtree, Sylvie, and if anybody can get on Shepard, as Jack Logan is standing over on first after he got the walk. So Eckler is still responsible for him. 2 more from Dye. It looks, and his last one coming. 5-3 our score. Bulldogs lead the Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers got 3 on. Their last at bat, top of the 5th. So we look back. And Dye steps in as Gavin Crabtree is getting ready to enter the batter's box for the Bulldogs. So, umpire says play. Dye looks in. He throws back to first to Logan. Logan steps in safely.
I think they know Jack's going to probably try to steal. Don't you think? Because I think they've tried to pick him off every time he's been on base.
Yeah. And big cut from Crabtree to start things off. Strike.
Jack out at first kind of gives a couple 3 or 4 foot stomps as the pitcher starts his motion just to get him drawn off attention a little bit.
Make him think he's going to take off running. And ball high.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike to Gavin Crabtree. As Crabtree stands in with the 1-1 count. Ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Crabtree here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-3 our score. Louisiana leads Mark Twain. Jack Logan stands over on first. Gavin Crabtree in the box. There's ball number 3. So we'll see if Crabtree's going to stand and take one or if he'll swing away. Back check on Logan again. He's in there safely.
Pretty good pickoff move from Dye. It's not a lot of movement. It keeps Jack honest going. I say that.
Fouls off.
As soon as I say it, he steals, yeah.
Full count now to Crabtree. So Dye gives the nod to Carmen. My guess is Logan will be off, and he is. And it was a walk anyway. So now you've got runners on first and second for Sheldon Sylvie.
Yeah, I got a little off there watching that because I was like, what just happened? Why did everything go slow?
Yeah. Well, why did Carmen throw a nice bullet down to second base and Jack walking into that tag?
Yeah, yep.
So Sylvie now looking to maybe earn back some of those runs that were got on the board from the Tigers.
He's done pretty well hitting the ball, at least keeping it in play.
Yep. So Dye looks in after ball 1. Oh. Sylvie connects with this one. It's down the left field line.
It's fair ball.
Fair ball. One's going to score.
Oh. I'm not really sure what happened to base runners there, but that should have been a double for Sylvie. Easy.
Well, it should have been, but Griffin was holding him up. He had the stop sign up. And there's an RBI single for Sheldon Sylvie, and that takes us to this top of the lineup with no outs and 2 on for Brady Shepard.
Sylvie with a good line drive hit out to left field, in the corner of left field as well.
Dye gives a nod. Comes set. Ball high. Shepard did walk his last at bat. In his first and second innings, he had singles each time. And he looks at a strike on the outside corner.
There's a good strike call. Right down the middle for Shep. Kind of watched that ball to come in, so now he knows what he's looking at.
He connects with this one. It's a
Just like
high
that.
fly ball. Turnbull's calling it on foul territory, and he gets it. There's out number one. So that brings in Brady Fisher. Still 2 on, 1 out. Fisher had a double back in the second.
He had a real good shot out to center field, right center field. And it looks like the outfield's kind of adjusting a little bit to that.
He walked his 2 other times at bat. Called ball low. Dye's not shaking off Carmen like Eckler was. Ball inside.
Yeah, I was surprised a little that there was as much shaking off as there was in a high school football game.
Although they make me wonder sometimes if they're really shaking it off or if they just want people to think they're shaking them off.
Hit by pitch for Fisher. Right in the right shin. We all know that if you know me, that would put me out of commission for the next 14 years.
Yes, it would.
That and one of my toes. I'm just going home.
That and a sprained ankle.
I hate this game. I'm going home. I don't hate baseball if it hit me in the toe.
Hey, it did hit me in the toe and it broke the toe.
Yeah. And we know how tough I am with a sprained ankle.
It's like Iron Man.
Yeah. Thank
Ball
you.
outside. You're welcome. So bases loaded here with 1 out for Cameron Hunt. He looks at a strike.
Good call. Come across.
Right across the numbers.
Yeah, right across the numbers. Gonna give that one a try. Down
Ball
in the
low.
dirt.
Carmen doing a good job blocking those and not letting those get away.
Picked that one out of the dirt really well.
And there's another strike down the middle.
It's right about his belt line, it looked like to me.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball high away.
He almost pulled the trigger there. His hands were.
Yeah, he did. He
kinda
held. He held up. So a full count now to Cameron Hunt.
Got to protect here.
He does. Right to the first baseman. First baseman steps, looks to throw home. It's a wild throw. So the run scores. And he'll take that RBI.
The first baseman there. Is that Turnbull?
Turnbull.
Yeah, Clayton Turnbull did a good job to scoop that ball up and step on first base, and then he went to throw the ball home. He kind of sidearmed it and, man, almost binged the umpire.
Yeah, it did.
Who was completely out of the way.
So Felderworth steps in. With runners on second and third. Ball outside.
It's kind of a changeup. It looked like to me it's coming in a little slow, and man, those I think those would be really hard to not try to hit.
Yeah, I agree. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball low, away in the dirt.
Again, another good pick by the catcher for Mark Twain. Cade Carmen.
Just off that outside corner for ball 3.
Ball 3 with no strikes.
Dye needs to get one across the plate. He does that time.
There he does. I think as the Bulldog batter there, you just put the bat on your shoulder and just stand there.
Yep. McCormick's on deck. If Felderworth can extend the inning, it's out of play.
Oh. And a Mark Twain Tiger fan almost took a souvenir home in the eyeball.
Oops.
Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Felderworth hits that gap, that 3-4 gap, and 2 are going to score.
Yeah, I think so.
So Felderworth with 2 RBIs.
Yeah, Fisher was not very far behind Sylvie there on that score. But, yeah, you're right. Scores 2, so 7-3, the Bulldogs.
No, that makes it 9-3. She just hadn't updated it yet.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
There it is, 9-3.
So that brings in Kenny McCormick.
I got to wait for the scoreboard because I refuse to admit that you're right at any circumstance.
I know. It's hard for you. And I understand. Ball high. I did just call you Iron Man. Come on, man.
You did. Yeah, even with the compliment. There's still some standards I have to.
That's true.
Yeah.
Once again, ball up, out of the zone.
Yeah, just across Kenny's shoulders here.
There's a strike at the numbers.
Kind of high numbers, it looked like to me, but Kenny shook yes, so he believed it.
He connects with that
nice
one.
Hit.
Out to center field. And kind of look for Feldworth to be over at third. He is. He's in there sliding. So runners at the corner now. With the single from McCormick.
Good drive to left. I don't know. I'd call that left center probably. It's just to the first base side of second base out in the outfield.
Weston Dieter steps in. And with this at bat, it means Bulldogs batted around this inning. We're going to have a
substitute runner for the catcher, Kenny McCormick.
Yeah, we'll see who we got. Can you
Number 4.
Wyatt Martin. Yep. So Martin takes over for McCormick. Nine 3-run score, 2 outs. As Martin heads to second.
Steal right away for Martin, and runners at second and third, scoring position for Dieters.
Ball high. 2 balls, no strikes to Dieters.
Woo! That hit his helmet.
But apparently they're not saying much because he's not going anywhere.
That brimmed his helmet, and everybody kind of looked shocked, and he's still in the batter's box.
Yep. And there's a strike. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike. And there's a ball outside. So they walk, the bases loaded.
Jack Logan comes up. As he throws the bat at the coach.
Knowing him, he probably was trying to see it like a bowling pin type thing. So we're coming out. We're going to meet on the mound.
Probably will have another pitcher change at this point, I would assume.
Well, kind of.
I don't think this is just a visit. I think this is.
Well, they haven't handed the ball off to anybody yet. And now they do. So we've got another pitching change. We'll take another break here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
While they continue their warm-up pitches, let's take another Eagle 102 game break with Maddie Ingram.
It's 4-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Pleasant Hill is trailing Calhoun, and Womble's still in the pitcher circle, and it was not going super well for the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves with their at-bats. There was lots of strikeouts, and it was 1, 2, 3 innings, kind of back-to-back-to-back, up until this last inning when Maddie Sidwell drove a single into right field. It was a line drive single, good piece of hitting, but that was quickly shut down with a ground ball to shortstop. So it is the top of the third, and a ball is lined into center field, and it drops. They may score again on this one. The throw's coming home. They're going to hold her at third base. So now runners at second and third with no outs in the bottom of the third inning. Pleasant Hill is trailing Calhoun on Eagle 102.
Well, it's a big cut from Jack Logan for his first pitch from Braden Moss, who's taken over on the mound after the Bulldogs have batted around here in the bottom of the fifth.
Had a little hop to that swing.
Yeah. Ball low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And on the inside again as Logan fouls it off.
Shaking his head, a little disappointed in himself, it looks like.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the fifth. Ball high. Logan started this inning off. Ended up coming around to score. And he hits this one right back to the pitcher. Pitcher fumbles it, and everybody is safe.
Reaches down, charges the ball. It's hit short by Jack. The pitcher charges the ball, bends over to pick the ball up with his bare hand as opposed to his glove, and just falls over.
So Gavin Crabtree comes in, and it's a 10-3 ball game. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs. And there's a strike into Crabtree.
A good start from Moss.
Now, Jim and I have talked about it. I've not seen a baseball home run yet this year. Now it'd be a good time. Go ahead and get you a grand slam on senior night.
Well, it would be pretty cool.
Ball outside.
Yeah, low and outside, it looks like.
Ball again off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Crabtree. Ball on the inside.
Man, I can't believe that didn't hit him. It was so close.
Yeah. He got a breeze.
Yeah. He's got to throw it in here. Moss does for strike. And he does. Good throw.
Big cut by Crabtree. Makes it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here as the Bulldogs lead this one 10-3 in the bottom of the fifth. Ball low.
Ball low. Yeah, and I would agree with that call. That was way low.
So bases remain loaded for Sheldon Sylvie. He had a big hit.
Yeah, really kind of started this whole,
He did.
kind of started this whole rally off.
He takes a big cut at that one.
We've been at 2 outs here for the Bulldogs for quite a while.
Ever since Cameron Hunt batted.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, ball high.
It almost hit his check swing.
It did. And there's strike 2 to Sylvie. Sylvie stands back in. Fouls this one off, stay alive.
Yep, good job.
Moss back on the mound for the Tigers. Looks in, gives a nod. He comes set. Ball high.
He's got a little bit of a high release on that. I don't know if that's his off-speed pitch, his changeup, or what that is, but it comes off of his hand funny.
Ball outside, full count. And he connects that one. There's 1 run.
Here comes 2.
And here comes 2, and that should be ball game. That's it, ball game. It's a 10-run rule as the Bulldogs. Are we calling it?
I don't know what the ref's doing. He's got his hands up.
He does. That is the final.
Ball game. Yep.
Bulldogs win this one 13-3. We'll be back with your post-game show after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, Chris, we're going to make this post game fairly quickly because we're going to send it back to Maddie Ingram. She's going to finish up that Pleasant Hill semifinal game over in Jacksonville as the Bulldogs get the win on senior night over Mark Twain 13-3. Kenny McCormick's going to get the win, but I tell you what, big bats here in the bottom of the 5th got it for the Dogs.
Yeah, I think you throw this last inning in the 5th here. Sheldon Sylvie comes out and starts off not really a 2-out rally, but at least a rally in the bottom of the 5th here, and it gets all the way back around to him, and he wins the game with a 2 RBI shot to right center. So yeah, great batting in this inning, and we talk about confidence. You get a couple bats going, and then everybody starts to feel more comfortable and more confident, and then everybody's hitting the ball.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, there's a 5-game winning streak now for the Bulldogs. They kick off They've got one more game this week, and then they're into district tournament action that begins on Thursday. So they're going to get ready and honor the seniors here at Louisiana. We're going to take this time and switch it over to Maddie. Again, the Bulldogs pick up the win here tonight by the score of 13-3. Maddie, take it away.
It's 6-0. Calhoun has the lead here with the bases loaded, and it's kind of not going Pleasant Hill's way currently. It's Wombles in the pitcher circle if you're just joining us. 6-0 our score. Bases loaded. There's 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Calhoun at the plate. So they've faced a tough pitcher for Calhoun, and the bats have been hot for Calhoun. But they'll look to continue here. Here's from Wombles. Catches the outside corner. That's strike 1. Batter at the plate is Lila Simon.
Our senior golfers are Cameron Glow. Cameron is the daughter of Justin and Susie Glow. Cameron is a member of the golf, cheer, and track team as well as being involved in FFA, FCA, Interact, and Student Council. Cameron's future plans are to attend college and study animal science and become a veterinarian. Jacob St. Clair. Jacob is the son of Roy and Melinda St. Clair. Jacob is a member of the golf team. Jacob's future plans are to go into the workforce. Mason Howard. Mason is the son of Richard and Susie Howland. Mason is a member of the golf team and a bowling team. Mason is also involved in FFA, NHS, NTHS, and has been the football manager for 4 years. Mason's future plans are to attend John Wood Community College for ag business and take over the family bowling alley and farm.
Carry on that legend, young man.
Julia Polston. Julia is the daughter of Woodrow and Mariah Polston. Julia is being escorted by Angel Bryant. Julia is the member of the golf team. She is also involved in FBLA and Interact Club. Julia's future plans are to go into real estate. Cadence Talton. Cadence is the daughter of Colleen Boswell. Cadence is a member of the golf team. Cadence plans to pursue a career in law enforcement. Our senior track runners are Tyler Gamble. Unfortunately, Tyler is not here this evening. Jace Luck. Jace is the son of Jason and Joyce Locke. Jace is a member of the track and football team. He is also involved in NHS, FBLA, and FFA. Jace's future plans are to join the Carpenters Union and get a degree in construction management. Tonight's senior baseball players, Kenny McCormick. Kenny is the son of Eddie Welch and Stephanie McCormick. Kenny is a member of the football, basketball, and baseball teams. Kenny's future plans are to attend college and major in sports medicine. Sheldon Sylvie. Sheldon is the son of Larry and Angie Sylvie. Sheldon plays football, basketball, baseball, and runs track as well as being involved in FFA and NHS. Sheldon's future plans are to attend college and major in sports management. Brady Fisher. Brady is the son of Tina Fisher and Mark and Jennifer Fisher. Brady plays baseball and is also involved in FFA and is a member of the track team. Brady's future plans are to attend American Welding Academy for pipe welding. Gavin Crabtree. Gavin is the son of Tasha Crabtree and Andrew Elder. Gavin is a member of the baseball, track, and football teams. Gavin is also involved in band at LHS, and his future plans are to go to work for Vermeer as a mechanic. Jack Logan. Jack is the son of Ben Logan, Natalie Coach Madison, and Brent and Tara Hubbard. Jack is a member of the football, basketball, and baseball teams. Jack's future plans are to attend college and major in physical education.